Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Bhutanese counterpart jointly launched e-Rupee Card Phase 2. Prime Minister Modi's emphasis on Northeast strengthens Lookist policy by reorienting into Actist policy. Northeast waging battle to stem the spread of coronavirus. COVID warriors on their toes in the rest of the nation. Devotees celebrate Chhath Puja across the country with devotion and traditional fervour. And attestation parade at the 1st Meghalaya Police Battalion in Shillong. Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Jolly Khoikia Gogoi with the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Bhutanese counterpart Lote Shering jointly launched e-Rupee Card Phase 2 today. Both the leaders had jointly launched Phase 1 of the project during the state visit of Prime Minister to Bhutan in August last year. Modi said India stands with Bhutan in difficult hour of the COVID-19 pandemic. He said Bhutan's requirements will always be top priority for India. He said the Phase 2 launching of Rupee Card will boost the ties between the two countries. Modi also expressed happiness that work is going on rapidly to send Bhutan's satellite to space with the help of ISRO next year. Bhutan's 4 space engineers are coming to ISRO in December. Sharing lauding Prime Minister Modi's leadership in tackling the pandemic, expressed hopes that India will come out much stronger from the pandemic.
नेशनल बैंक द्वारा जारी किए गए रुपे कार्ड्स के कार्ड धारक भारत में 1 लाख से अधिक एटीएम और 20 लाख से अधिक पॉइंट्स ऑफ सेल टर्मिनल की सुविधा उपयोग कर पाएंगे। मुझे विश्वास है कि इससे भूटान के यात्रियों को भारत में शिक्षा, स्वास्थ्य, तीर्थयात्रा या फिर पर्यटन में बहुत सहूलियत रहेगी। इससे भूटान
Minister of State for Development of Northeastern Region, Dr. Jitendra Singh, has said Prime Minister Narendra Modi has not only given special emphasis to development of the Northeastern region, but also reoriented the Lookist policy into Actist policy. Dr. Singh met the ambassador of France to India, Emmanuel Lenain, and discussed with him potential joint venture projects in the northeastern states. The French ambassador conveyed to the minister the desire of his government to explore new avenues and opportunities of collaboration in various sectors in the northeastern states, as well as tourism and other potentials in Jammu and Kashmir. Hailing the decision to link the world's largest river island Majuli through a national highway, Hotradhikars or preceptors of Vaishnavite spiritual institutions like the Hotras have said that they hope this move will boost the development of Majuli. Preparations are afoot to connect Majuli and Nimatighat in Jorhat by way of a bridge over the mighty Brahmaputra. The people of Majuli have extended their heartiest appreciation to the Chief Minister, Sarbananda Sonowal, for deciding to construct the 715K national highway that will complement surface connectivity in the region. In the northeast, Assam leads the number of active cases at 3,193, even as the number of discharge cases have touched 2,06,878. The death toll in the state has touched 969. Close on the heels of Assam is Manipur with active cases numbering 2,886, followed by 19,431 discharge cases, even as the tally for the dead is 231. Nagaland follows with 1,296 active cases and 9,110 discharge cases. The death toll has touched 54. While Tripura has reported 959 active cases, the cured cases have been pegged at 30,968. The tally for the dead has reached 365. Meghalaya has a total number of 801 cases, even as the number for the cured cases has touched 10,074. The dead have been assessed at 104. Even as the tally in Mizoram surged from 0 deaths to 5, the active cases have topped 511, while the cured cases have reached 3,025. In Sikkim, the active cases stand at 296, even as the number of cured cases are 4,218. The tally for the dead is 95. In Assam, there has been a drop in the number of COVID cases. 175 cases were detected out of a total of 22,790 tests conducted yesterday, with a positivity rate of 0.77%. While active cases in the state have dropped to 3,193, the cured cases number 2,06,875. The death toll has been pegged at 969. While the global attention is focused on stemming the spread of the coronavirus pandemic, the active cases in India number stands at 4,43,794, even as the cured cases have touched 84,28,409. The tally for the dead has touched 1,32,162. Even as people of the world are yet to come to grips with the corona pandemic turning their lives upside down, the total number of active cases spread across the globe has touched 5,72,97,461. Even as recovered cases have touched 3,97,80,791. The dead cases have touched 1,36,06,731. The USA tops the world in active cases with 1,20,72,560. The death tally counts for 2,58,354. Close on the heels of the US is India and Brazil. Now we take a short break. We'll be back with more news. Stay tuned.
अरे वाह, लेजेंड की बैट। इससे तो मैं खेलूंगा। फ्यूचर बैटिंग लेजेंड का।
इसमें जिसका नाम लिखा है बैट उसी को मिलेगी।
अरे यार,
देखा, अगर इस पे मेरा नाम नहीं लिखा होता तो कितनी दिक्कत हो जाती। इसलिए आरबीआई कहता है बैंक अकाउंट हो या बैंक लॉकर, उसमें नॉमिनी का नाम जरूर दर्ज करें ताकि आपकी जमा पूंजी उसी को मिले जिसे आपने नामित किया है।
आरबीआई कहता है जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए।
Celebrated in different parts of the country with traditional fervor and religious devotion, on the third day of the event, devotees are set to make offerings known as the Sandhya Arghya to the setting sun this evening. The 4-day celebrations will culminate tomorrow morning with Pratah Arghya to the rising sun, God and his wife Usha. For sustenance of life on earth, people offer their homage to the sun, the god of energy and life force. As the ambience becomes devotional in Bihar, traditional folk, devotional and spiritual songs have lent the occasion a special and auspicious ardor. Extending his greetings to the people, President Ramnath Kovind said that on Chhath Puja there has been a tradition of people worshipping the sun god and also offering obeisance and gratitude to Mother Nature. Rivers, ponds and other sources of nature are venerated, Kovind said, adding, people must resolve to preserve nature. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu also greeted the people on the occasion of Chhath Puja. In a tweet, the Vice President said, Chhath is a celebration of the ecstasy of nature. Dressed in colorful clothes and carrying basketfuls of offerings to the sun god, devotees converged at the riverside in Guwahati on the banks of the Brahmaputra. Thronging the designated Chhath event sites were children, men and women since the early hours of the day. Similar scenes could be witnessed in towns and cities spread across Assam, including the northeastern sister states, including lone brother Sikkim. Devotees, predominantly from the Hindi-speaking communities, made a beeline to the nearest water bodies to offer worship to the all-effulgent sun god at sunset in cities such as Shillong, Dimapur, Agartala, among others. In Guwahati city, police have made adequate arrangements for smooth law and order, including smooth traffic control to ensure a Chhath Puja without any extraneous glitches. Lok Sabha MP from Mizoram, C. Lalrosanga, has earmarked Mulatungu as a model village while inaugurating the training on Sagi. Speaking on the occasion, Lalrosanga said the idea of the model village has its genesis in Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy. Being a part of the father of the nation's legacy is a great honor for him, the MP said. Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana is a scheme launched by Prime Minister Modi to develop rural programs broadly focusing on uplift of the villages in terms of social uplift, cultural boost and upgrading the spread of motivation among the people. An attestation parade was held on 19th November at the 1st MLP Battalion Armed Police Training Centre, Moyong, Shillong. 83 recruits who underwent a rigorous basic training module were attested into the police force on the occasion. The training module comprised of subjects such as maintenance of law and order, counter-insurgency operations and others. Meghalaya Home Minister Lakman Rimbui graced the occasion as the chief guest and reviewed the parade. Among the police officials who attended the passing out parade were R. Chandranathan, IPS, Director General of Police and other senior officers. Hundreds of members belonging to different NGOs of Meghalaya gathered at several designated places across the state to register their protest against the government. The protest is against the delays in implementing various demands such as the inner line permit, inclusion of Khasi in the 8th schedule, setting up of entry and exit gates, etc. The NGOs involved include the Khasi Students Union, Federation of Khasi, Jaintia and Garo People, Hinutrep National Youth Front, Rebhoy Youth Federation, Garo Students Union, Archik Youth Welfare Organization and the Association of Democracy and Empowerment.
Yakani kejingi kejongi kadi kejingi kabang lasdang melu mensemsnem kabankong kadi haka isu CAA ya kabak sarkar India kelawan ra ya kini kaan ban pendrekam ban ailat ya kita kinong.
Dima Hasao Autonomous District Council is holding the 2-day Falcon Festival tomorrow at Umrangshu in honor of the winged visitors that fly across the world to reach places like Assam, Manipur and other states in the northeast. Principal tourist extravaganza sites in the district have been given a new look to lure tourists, both domestic and foreign. Designed to create awareness about preserving the falcon species and their legacy, the festival is being held at the Tingbung Golf Course. You can also watch our bulletins and other programs on our YouTube channel, DD News Guwahati. Before we end the news, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Bhutanese counterpart jointly launch e-Rupee Card Phase 2. Prime Minister Modi lays emphasis on Northeast, strengthens Lookist policy by reorienting into Actist policy. Northeast waging battle to stem the spread of coronavirus. COVID warriors on their toes in the rest of the nation. Devotees celebrate Chhath Puja across the country with devotion and traditional fervour. And attestation parade at the 1st Meghalaya Police Battalion in Shillong. Before taking leave, viewers are reminded to maintain physical distancing, frequently wash hands with soap or sanitizer. Don't forget to wear mask properly and join Mask Up India campaign by Doordarshan to defeat the pandemic. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.